Part two on why I no longer date my own race of men. Part two of why I no longer date black men. Okay. Black men. Okay, I'm gonna pull out one. Struggle love. Two, a lot of them are very immature. Um, they lack um emotional intelligence, emotional maturity, emotional security. Um, a lot of them don't know how to lead. Um, a lot of them they can't. They lack. How can I say this? They lack. They constantly lack comprehension. You know. Um, they lack comprehension. They don't comprehend. Um, they lack a lot of stuff. They lack emotional. Um, they is mentally um draining and exhausting. Um, what I mean by that is a lot of them they don't know what they be want. And these men will have you in situationships forever. And you will be wondering when is you gonna be um not just a girlfriend, but you'll be wondering when, you're gonna be a fiance or when you gonna be a wife. A lot of them are very codependent. They get comfortable with depending on a woman. A lot of them are grown men with like a child mindset. Grown men in a child body, I would say. Um, you have to heal from emotional trauma. You have to heal from other type of trauma. You go through a lot of toxic dysfunction. Um, some of your relationships can be healthy. Some of your relationships be like that at the very first beginning. It be healthy and then it turn unhealthy. And then some relationships you get into be toxic. I'm speaking from my experiences. I have had situations with my own race of men. Well, some of my relationships was just not even toxic, but just unhealthy. Um, but I'm glad, I had the strength, to walk away from what didn't serve me and what I didn't like and what I went with and what I didn't tolerate and what they knew I wouldn't tolerate and wasn't going to tolerate, which is casual situationships, because I have always believed in marriage, and I have always believed in being with one person. Um, and a lot of black men are, they are for the community. They like open relationships, open marriages. They like polygamous relationships. It's like no matter what you do, it's like it's not good enough. They still ungrateful. Um, for one, naturally, um, non-black men do not try to pressure black women or force black women to be submissive or nothing like that. It's up to us and it's our choice. If we want to just be submissive on our own, but naturally, that comes naturally, that can't be forced. Um, that comes naturally. Um, when black women are treated right, we pour into who pour into us. We not finna pour into no empty cup. And a lot of black women are just tired of being drained and exhausted with a lot of black men excuses. Not taking up accountability or responsibility for anything, being deadbeats, being absent fathers in the black community. Not putting a mirror up to themselves and doing self-reflection. A lot of black men do not believe in self-reflection. They know it be their fault, but they try to blame everybody for their own poor choices and decision makings and picks. And a lot of them just want you to stroke their ego, and they want you to tell them what they don't want to hear. They want you to tell them what they want to hear instead of what they don't want to hear. I meant they want you to sugarcoat it. They want you to coddle them. They want you to beat around the bush. They want every black woman to be a pick me. They want every black woman to be desperate. They want every black woman to not know their worth or know their value. They want every black woman to not be appreciated or cherished. They want every black woman to settle for less because it's jealousy. Because how can you be more higher than me? How can you accomplish more than me? How can you elevate more than me? How can you self-approve more than me? Who you think you are? You nobody. You're not better than me. That's how some black men feel. That's how some black men think. I can talk to who I want to talk to, but you can't talk to who you want to talk to. They got an entitled, obligated mindset. They very entitled towards us, and they feel like they own us, but they don't. We belong to the man upstairs, not them. But they feel like when we talk to other races of men, those men are just, they put these accusations out there towards every non-black man. All non-black men, they try to scare us up and fearmonger us and manipulate us and gaslight us and say that, oh, well, all of them are bad. All of them are, that you had the accusations, you had the perceptions, the stereotypes, right? The perceptions, and then they go from talking about way back then, they want to talk about, what the white people ancestors did to black people, but they don't make any sense because the black men who got self-hate, they be the main ones who don't appreciate their own women, don't give their own women grace. Not even the black women that still fully support them, be in their corner and protest for them every time a black man die or a black man become unalived. And black women are tired of limiting their options. We going for who treat us better, who make us feel more better, who actually genuinely care about us and don't just see us as a sexual thing to play with, but see us as a decent human being. No man is perfect. Every man is a work in progress. And some black women don't put that out there, but I'm putting it out there. Every man is a work in progress. No man is perfect, no matter what the color of his skin is. But white men in general are beautiful to me. They are beautiful people, and not all white men are bad and evil and racist and call black people hooligans and hair hats, or call you whales, or call you you know ghetto rancid chicks, uneducated, for the streets, 304s, all the rest of the other stuff. You know, those are white men who just don't respect black women, and those are white men who are really prejudiced. Um, People love to bring up, you know, the Jim Crow era, but we're not in the Jim Crow era anymore. That's not to say that racism don't exist anymore. A lot of people be scared to date out of their race because they know that racism still exists. You have to be careful and you have to be safe for when you talk to people so you won't run into those type of situations. Common sense and do your research before you even decide that you want to interracial date or do interracial dating. Do your research, know what you're dealing with, know who you're dealing with, take your time, get to know that person's background. We all know what have happened to black women, how black women have been unalived. But we also know black women have been unalived. The highest rate and the highest percentages are black women being unalived by their own men because they can't control their feelings, their emotions. They never learn how to deal with their feelings, their emotions, and all that stuff just bottle up until they explode and take it out on their own women. Black women are always being unalived by their men more than any other race. Yes, there are white men out here that are serial killers and murderers, but excuse me, but all of them are not like that. So you cannot hold that perception that all white men are just evil and just want to murder and kill black women, because there are successful stories that I have heard about, that I have seen on other people's channels, that I have watched myself. There are successful marriages, interracial marriages, successful interracial relationships. Um, a lot of black men are just jealous and they is in competition because they don't want nobody talking to they own race of women, you know, but they want to talk to who they want to talk to. And respectfully, I always been the type of black female where I don't care when I see my own race of men talking to different races of women, because I know that it be a void that they trying to fill. You know what I'm saying? So I don't pay it no mind because I know it's fetishized relationships. It's based off of each other, looking at each other as a piece of meat, and it's based off of not growing with each other are maturing more with each other, and it's not based off of generational wealth. It's best to say that I agree with Roadrunner said. It's like they both asking each other, what do you bring to the table to each other? They asking each other for some submission. We have a lot of mimicking that goes on in the black community, a lot of copying. Um, Not all non-black women, but some non-black women feel um, very comfortable to disrespect black women. They feel very comfortable because, you know, you got some black men in the black community that make them feel comfortable, you know what I'm saying, and feel like, you know, they is entitled and they obligated to disrespect us, to mimic us, to copy off of us, to stereotype us, you know, to wear the black woman attributes. You know, cultural appreciation, you know, they don't care about all that. Um, we don't care who they date. So I be wishing they'll stop. Get on these channels, get on these podcasts, lying, even telling some of these non-black men that we are jealous and we envious and we in competition. It just hurt them because we genuinely be happy and they don't be happy. They be trying to fill a void. This is part 2, and I got part 3 coming soon.